Welcome back to At Your Level. I'm your host, Ari Kelly, and I'd like to introduce you to our new friend, Zoe.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and I'm 10, and I turn 11 in January.
Zoe had the idea to make an episode about movies, and guess what? This is the movies episode. Imagine you made this episode with us. If you've been with us a while, you may have noticed that we've been inviting you to join us for a bit. Well, Zoe did, along with her mom, Tina, her very nice, not-so-bad dad, and her uncle, Vince. And by the way, if you're brand new to the show, welcome.
Hi, it's Chloe. I'm just gonna prepare you. This is a really long intro.
So, movies. What do you think we'll explore in this episode? On the last episode, we asked you to try and trip Errol. No spoilers or anything, but I will say The Godfather was challenged. I also interviewed a Hollywood movie producer, because that was a fun idea myself to had. No big deal or anything. Lee Eisenberg. Pretty cool to meet him, if you want to learn about the life of a Hollywood producer.
But before we play you all of those segments, please join me in singing Happy Birthday to Ari. Happy birthday to you.
No way. No, thank you.
To you.
Yeah, no. It is actually my birthday today. I am officially 13, last Wednesday of the month, the second we drop this episode. I told you there are lots of changes in this season. Bar mitzvah, as my mother translates, means that I'm also officially a man. No comment, to be honest. Here's a clip from this episode that might sound a little different from when I started recording at age 10.
See you on the episode. Well, I guess not really, but
Yeah. All right. Thank you, both of you, for joining. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, Ari's voice cracked.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Thanks for that intro music, Brother Ben. Speaking of birthdays and being 10, it was also just Swara's birthday last month, and she turned 11. Swara, we will miss you in this episode, and we hope you did well on your exams and enjoyed all your birthday celebrations. I'd say it's about time we finally dive in. All right.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, okay, this is actually a lot better. To start off this movies episode, we have a brand new segment with a very special guest. Zoe brought her Uncle Vince, who is not really her uncle, but is very much a Vince. They will be joining us for a silly game of Inciting Uncle Vince.
Hey, you over there listening? Do you know what the word insight means?
I didn't know either.
Salutations! This is Miss Lynn from the Good Words podcast, here to tell you about the very good word incite. Not to be confused with insight, which means a particular understanding. Incite means to cause something to happen or to set it off. For instance, just a slight nudge of one fingertip can incite an entire array of dominoes to come cascading down. Or a coach's particularly inspiring halftime speech can incite the team to come from behind in the second half and win the game. Two synonyms for incite are provoke and rouse. Thanks, Ari, for asking me to come on At Your Level, and I hope these examples have given you a little insight into incite.
Thanks, Miss Lynn. That was helpful, useful, constructive. Okay, let's get crack-a-lackin'. We have an Uncle Vince.
Wait, let me turn that off.
Okay, got me?
Hello.
How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Not bad. Just ate my pancakes.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Vincent Zapicki. I live in New York City. Been down here for 40 years. Go back and forth California. That's how I met little Zoe. and I currently work as a background actor stand-in for movies and TV shows in New York.
Nice. Zoe, want to tell us anything about your Uncle Vince?
Well, he always has a lot of funny stories to tell about the movies and TV shows he's been in and all the cool people he's met and if he says something in the movie or not.
There are many stories. I mean, it goes on and on. You never know you're going to bump into or run by or knock into, but it's fun.
Yeah, that seems very fun.
That's part of the job. I just want to have some fun.
Yeah.
And make some money.
That sounds like a quote. Have some fun and make some money. That is definitely a quote. Okay, it's time to play a little game of Inciting Uncle Vince. Here are the rules of the game. Zoe and I are going to play a word association game revolving around movies, actors, characters, and anything that has to do with movies. Our goal is to incite Uncle Vince to whip out some fun stories. You ready, Zoe?
Yeah.
Let's start it off with Minions.
Gru.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. Did I work
Who's
with
that?
Steve Carell?
That's the actor that played Gru. It's his voice actor.
Yeah, I did work on something with him, but we didn't have any interaction. I can't even remember what it was. I do remember working on something with him, but not much interaction going on there.
All right. Let's continue this one. So, Steve Carell. Here, I'll help you out. The Office.
Sure.
Kevin from The Office. I don't know his actor's name.
Computers.
Oh, YouTube.
Safari.
The Rock. Because
Jumanji, Safari, The Rock.
I mean, a safari.
The Rock. We did something with The Rock in San Francisco a while ago, a couple of years ago. Tsunami. I don't know if you saw that one, but they cut the whole scene. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. We're like running down the Pier 39 along the water, but that whole scene got cut out.
All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to randomly switch to round 2, which conveniently is The Rock.
The Rock.
We're starting with The Rock.
Jumanji.
Jack Black.
Rocks.
Rock and roll.
Oh, yeah. School of Rock.
Right.
Music.
Jack Black can play the toy saxophone. It's kind of weird. He did. He played it on the
Jimmy Fallon show.
Yes,
he did. And he did well.
He did.
Great. And
it was great.
So that was the band The Roots, right?
I'm not.
Well, yeah, I did a video actually. If you see a video for The Fire, I do a whole series of walk down dirty hills, chasing people and going, but it has something to do with these creatures eating people.
Oh.
The song is called The Fire. It's this kind of a rap song, but yeah, I'm in that one called The Fire. The Fire, The Fire. That's a good one.
I might have heard that. I'm not sure. I'll count that as a story. So let's go to round 3.
All right.
So round 3, we're starting with, and this one's gonna be
Scary
hard.
movies.
Hold on.
I have my word. This is
He's
nothing
captain.
involving
He's
scary
captain
movies.
of his ship.
All right, you ready? This
Yeah.
is round 3. Chris Evans. That's the guy who plays Captain America.
Right.
Marvel.
Yes. Doctor Strange.
Spider-Man.
Ned. I think that's his friend's name. No. Zendaya.
Didn't you just work with Zendaya?
And Zendaya, yes. I actually did a thing at the U.S. Open tennis courts where they're actually playing, I think, right now, actually. She was doing a movie called Challengers, and I was a line judge in that, so I got to see her do they did like a computer thing with her, and she had a body double. I guess I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but anyway, she doing a whole tennis scene. Very hot day, almost had heat stroke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
All right, we're on round 4. So Zendaya into music, let's go with mariachi band.
Ooh.
You can do a Mexican film.
Coco.
Yes. Okay. Kids movie.
The new movie DC Leagues.
Oh, DC.
About the dog.
Oh yeah, DC League of Super Pets. Is Kevin Hart in that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin Hart. What was he in? He's in a lot of movies.
He's in a lot of movies. He shows up in a lot of movies, yeah.
The dog.
The dog. I think it's Batman's dog.
like a nice dog.
Clifford, the big red dog.
Clipper, the big red dog. Bingo.
Yes. All right.
Actually, I actually spent a day floating down the Hudson River on one of these tourist boats. And then we had to come into Lower Manhattan. We actually had a guy dressed, in the giant dog apparatus, we would call it mascot uniform, whatever. And we had to act like we saw this giant dog walking down these financial district streets on Lower West Side Manhattan. That was my experience on Clipper the dog. I hope it was Clipper the dog.
I hope it was as well.
Is he a giant dog?
He is a big red dog.
That was it. The big red dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what a crowd we had for that one.
All right. The last one. All right. So let's give it a go with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Boom.
Oh, let's
Boom,
hear it.
boom.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, I worked on Wolf of Wall Street. And, we're like, where's Leo? Where's Leo? When's he coming in? Where's Leo? And all of a sudden, he's one of these guys that I believe he really likes to stay in character. So the guy was a big Wall Street guy, kind of a shyster a little bit, his character. All of a sudden, you can see him coming in with I don't know if he's smoking like a vape cigarette. And he would, I don't know if it was a vape. I can't tell what it was. But he would come in and carrying like a boom box or something. It wasn't what? It was connected to it. And he would walk in like in character. So you kind of like, he would part the ways, of all the people. Here comes Leo.
It's time for Bizarre ASMR, the segment where we play you a sound relating to the episode's topic.
In this episode, we switch things up a bit. Now, Chloe and I will be the ones guessing. Zoe's mom, Tina, has been a big part of the episode too. She took Zoe to the movies and came up with not one, but 2 ASMRs for us to guess. Well, would you look who arrived?
Just don't mix my name up with hers.
I will try my best. Zoe and Chloe, yes. Hello, Zoe.
Hi.
By the way, listeners, your role in the ASMR has not changed. You can still play along and guess, but just be ready to pause or be quick about it, because this one went down fast.
And as always, the hint is the episode title.
Zoe, can you now present your first ASMR?
Sure.
I don't hear anything. Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Oh, I got it.
Go in the soda machine.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. When you go, you have your cup and then you push it against this.
That's what I mean. The soda machine, the sound of when it comes out of the thing.
The soda dispenser. Let's say soda.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the soda dispenser, but the beginning sounded like something maybe crunchy or something they were getting. I have no idea.
Oh my God. Could it be that movie theater ad? Hold on. Can you play it one more time?
That's ice. That's ice.
That's ice. Oh, yes.
I got it.
That
ice
is,
and the soda dispenser. I got it. Yay.
You're both right.
We did it.
Ice and then the soda.
I got it. Yay.
4.
I got it.
He got the soda dispenser, but I got the ice, the crunchy
ice.
Ice, baby.
Ice. Yes, ice. If you will.
Wait, I'm wrong one.
All right, Zoe, you have a second one if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you play that now?
Popcorn.
Oh, I was good.
Eating popcorn in the movies. Eating popcorn. Definitely. That's eating popcorn.
Well, I was eating popcorn at home. That was me eating popcorn.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So I was right.
You were right.
Yay. I'm just quicker, Ari.
Yeah, sadly, yes, you are quicker. I got to get my game up. Interview time.
3, 2, 1.
My name is Lee Eisenberg, and I am a writer, producer, and director in Hollywood.
All right. So in general, I think I got to ask the question we all want to know. What's life as a Hollywood producer like?
Life as a producer is fun. It's really busy. A lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, a lot of managing personalities. So being a producer, you're giving notes on scripts, you're dealing with the actors, you're dealing with the directors, you're dealing with the budget, you're dealing with the studio and the network. And, you have found a location and then it starts raining and you have to find a new location. A lot of producing is problem solving.
I know you're probably being humble, so I'm just going to ask directly. Who are some of the coolest celebrities you've ever met?
I've met a lot of celebrities. Steve Carell, Jack Black, Cameron Diaz, Will Smith, Kevin Hart. I think I've met The Rock. I can't remember. Jennifer Lawrence, Anne Hathaway. Those are some people.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very large selection of people. So yeah, that's crazy. So I'm discovering that kids don't necessarily know what a producer is. So I know you've been both a producer and an executive producer. So can you tell me what a movie producer does and what the difference is between producer and executive producer?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it's really confusing, unnecessarily confusing. So in TV, the executive producer is the highest person. Well, there's a lot of executive producers, but basically there's a role called a showrunner. And the showrunner is the person who's kind of in charge of everything. They're in charge of the writing. They're in charge of the casting. They're in charge of the budget. Everything kind of goes through them. So they're both the creative and the business head. And a producer on a movie on a movie, the producer is higher than the executive producer, which is weird.
What?
Yeah, I think that executive producer, when you see movies, you'll see like when it says producer, like that's the big title. And those people, if they're getting a producer credit, they're usually not writing it or directing it. Often they're not directing it. Sometimes they do. Like I said before, like they're the ones dealing with the studio. They're working with the writers to make the script better, but they're not necessarily writing it. They're giving notes to the directors. They're watching the movie be edited and make suggestions and stuff like that. But a lot of times they're kind of like the 800-pound gorilla. So like when you need the studio to step up and give you $2 million more, or you need 3 extra more days to shoot, the producer is usually the one who makes those calls.
It's kind of funny how you would have to just make a phone call and boom, budget is increased by $2 million. That's kind of,
well, it's like,
yeah.
It might be a lot of phone calls and it might come from a lot of different places. And sometimes you want to make them think it's their idea. I just got a little bit of extra money for a show of mine. And I went to my executive and I said, like, look, your boss really wants this thing. We don't have it in the budget. So if he wants it, like, I'm okay not doing it. But if he wants it, we're going to have to spend for it because we can't afford it. And they're like, no. Then, of course, miraculously, they find like $500,000.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yep. I see how that works now.
How do you feel about those numbers?
Yeah, that's
very casual.
Crazy. Yeah, just casually. Yeah, here you go. Just increase it. Okay, so you got started as a writer for The Office, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how did that happen for you?
So I was a writer's assistant. So I was like taking notes for the writers and fetching coffee and picking up lunches and all that kind of stuff. And I was always writing at nights and on the weekends. And I had a writing partner. And we came up with an idea and we got some guys who were more experienced than us to executive produce it. And we went around and we pitched it and Fox bought it. This was a totally different idea, not The Office. And then when that sold, we wrote it. It never got made. A lot of things you write don't get made. That's what's that?
Sadly, but yeah, continue.
Sometimes deservedly, sometimes sadly. And that script though became kind of our calling card. So everyone started reading the script and they were really into it. And then the guy who started the American Office, Greg Daniels, he read it and he really liked it. And then we met with him and then we got hired on the show.
Wow. That is like, we were just talking about the butterfly effect class in class. That's like one little thing and boom.
Well, by the way,
sprouts from it.
I'd been out here for 5 years. It wasn't like that didn't happen the day I moved out to LA. So a lot of me working and doing, not so great jobs and, getting a lot of rejections along the way. And then finally it happened after 5 years.
Yeah. You got to respect it. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put in the work.
Before we get any further with the movies episode, I'd like to prepare you for the next one. In case you want to join. Subtle, I know. The next episode is going to be about making friends.
Have you ever given this a thought? Well, we'd like to ask you to. Give it a thought. Here are some questions we'd love your answers to.
Zoe, do you want to give this a go?
How do you make a new friend? Who was the last person you became friends with? How did you make friends with that person? What advice would you give to someone that wanted to make a new friend and didn't know how or were afraid to? And what do you think the big differences are between online friends and real-life friends?
As always, you can find these questions on our website, atyourlevelpod.com. And you can share your answers and thoughts on the topic of making friends either by calling 617-299-1652 or by emailing me your recording to atyourlevelpod@gmail.com. I am pleased to announce that it is now time for the Trippin Errol / the segment where I ask my godfather Errol to answer your questions. Let's say hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
On our first Trippin Errol segment, he came on the superheroes episode and crushed it. Then he came back for the food episode and,
it didn't go so well.
Yeah, you didn't earn the title of, let's go with foodie. And now, back for a topic I know that Errol kicks butt at. Movies. So thank you to all of you who recorded a question. Much appreciated. Our first question is from Owen.
What actor played Harry Potter in the 8 Harry Potter movies?
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes. Yeah. Next, we have James.
In what Shrek movie does Shrek turn into a human?
Oh boy, you might have me on this one. I'm gonna have to guess.
All right.
And this is a straight up guess because I saw the first two. I'm gonna go with the third one.
So close. It was the second one.
Okay.
Next, we have Quinn.
Who played Peter Parker in the original Spider-Man movie?
Oh boy, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Or if we're fancy, Tobias Vincent Maguire is apparently his full name.
That's a moniker.
Next, we have Chloe with...
Who was the first actress in a movie?
I would say Lillian Gish, but I'm probably wrong about that. It's the first moving picture was just, I believe it was two people kissing. I don't remember the woman's name.
Really?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. That's an interesting question.
Well, what do you know? Errol's right again. I found this on Muppet Wiki, because he was none other than Miss Piggy. This American actress, director, and writer began her film career in silent films and was often credited as the first lady of American cinema. She was also a Broadway actress. Look her up. Okay, so I'd like to point out that Errol's been crushing it. Do we have a question?
Okay, so I couldn't think of one, so I asked my mom, and she said, when was the first talking movie?
The first talking movie?
That would be Wings. No, wait. Oh, is it Wings? I know this.
It's in 1927.
I'm gonna go with Wings and leave it at that.
Wings. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see an answer on this one as well, so I Googled it. According to Britannica, The Jazz Singer was the first talking movie.
Al Jolson, I should have known it.
So I actually have to say, I Googled it a little more, and Wings was released in August 1927. The Jazz Singer was released 2 months later in October 1927. Technically, Don Juan was released in August 1926, But regardless, I think Errol proved some mad knowledge. So, what was the very first... I actually asked this. So, what was the very first Marvel movie ever made?
Oh, good one. Let's go back here. Okay. Do we have to go with whether or not the movie was ever released?
Yes.
Okay.
It must be... it must be released.
Okay. First Marvel movie. I don't know why Blade's in my head.
Blade? No, that's
1997, 98. We're going further back than that.
Actually, it's sooner than you might think. I'll give you a hint. It is in the 2000s. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because the first Marvel, I think MCU is what we're going by.
Oh, the first MCU film?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Iron Man, 2008.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Just had to get a bit more specific, I guess.
Yeah, I thought we were going historical.
Okay, so this question was from my friend Max, and honestly, I think he was trying to trip me here, because he knows I'm not crazy about Tom Holland.
Name every Tom Holland film.
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Tom Holland. Every Tom Holland film?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. He's been in the Spider-Man movies. He was in Civil War. He's been in I think, a couple of the Avengers movies. And I know he's been in some other things that I haven't really seen. I couldn't name them all.
Oh, wow. There's actually a lot.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Because he looks like he's 15, but he's really, what is he, 28 or something?
He's like 20, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's been acting a long time.
So he was in Moments, Wolf Hall, Spider-Man No Way Home, Uncharted, Spider-Man Homecoming. That was honestly a pretty good movie. Spider-Man Far From Home. I enjoyed Far From Home. The Impossible. Cherry.
May have seen that.
Venom Let There Be Carnage. I actually was completely unaware that he was in there.
He is, because they're tying the MCU in with the Sony Spider-Man stuff, so that could get kind of unwieldy, but that's another day.
Chaos Walking, Devil All the Time.
That sounds terrible.
It really does.
It sounds really bad.
It does. I don't even
It just sounds bad. I just might have to watch it on Halloween just for a laugh.
Doolittle. Did I already say that?
No.
He was in Doolittle. That's like the really bad Dr. Doolittle remake with Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame, of course. Captain America Civil War.
Yep.
Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
In the Heart of the Sea. Onward. Spies in Disguise.
Okay.
The Lost City of Z.
All right.
A Monster Calls.
I remember when that was released. That was kind of his opportunity to do another franchise, but I don't think it worked out. The movie was a dud.
How I Live Now. And this is the last one I'm going to read, which is Pilgrimage. Happy, Max?
He's been a busy man.
Okay. We have one more. And this one, I would say, is the one question that officially tripped Errol. Remember Anya from the martial arts episode? Thanks for sending this one over, Anya.
Who are the 4 Triwizard Tournament champions?
Ah.
This is Harry Potter, brother.
Yeah. I know one was Harry Potter. That's easy. The other ones, I do not know.
All right. The correct answer is Cedric Diggory with Cho Chang, Fleur Delacour with Roger Davies, Victor Crumb with Hermione Granger, and Harry Potter with Parvati Patil. All right, so bonus one. This is also my question. What is your rating on the Lego Batman movie?
That ranks up as one of the best Batman movies I've ever seen.
Thank you. It's so good.
It is.
It's actually a good Batman movie.
It is very good. It gets the angst. It has the humor.
It has a lot of humor and not bad humor.
Yeah, just a very good film. Very good film.
It's bad to the dad time. Zoe, you got this one?
Yup, but beware, my dad's jokes he actually made up, so they're gonna be extra cheesy. Oh, Dad!
Hey, Zoe, what's up?
You got any bad dad jokes for me?
Well, I have a couple good jokes. Here's one. Where do cows go on their first date?
I don't know. Where?
To the movies.
That's horrible.
How did the magician sneak chocolate into the movie theater?
I don't know. How?
He had a few Twix up his sleeve.
That's not as bad as the last one, but it's still pretty bad.
How's this? Why do bunnies like action movies?
Why?
Because they're hair raising. Here's one. What Star Wars movie do they watch in nail salons?
I'm not sure. What?
The Return of the Petty.
That's really bad.
Why don't dentists like to treat Bruce Wayne?
Because he has a bunch of cavities?
No, because he has bat breath.
Nah.
What is a dentist's favorite movie?
I don't know.
Back to the Future. Pretty bad, huh?
We're coming to the end. Finn, if you will. Fun fact, did you know that before my parents named me Ari, they actually named me Finn? Yep, they sent an email to everyone they knew. But then it didn't really sit well with them, and I don't know how I feel about that. Anyways, since today is my birthday, please consider giving me an Apple Podcast review as a birthday present. The 5-star rating would be the most beautiful wrapping, of course. It's all the rage this year. All the cool podcasters are getting them. Here, I'll make it fun for you. In the Apple Podcast review prompt, tell me what your favorite color to eat is. Does that make sense? Here's a clip of my conversation with Zoe as an example. All right, so what is your favorite color to eat? So for example, if I were to like broccoli or peas or Brussels sprouts, I would say green. But I don't like those. So what is your favorite color to eat?
Probably brown, because chocolate's brown and a lot of things are brown. Never heard of brown candy though. So
okay, new rule. Put your tongue on the tip of your bottom teeth, like this. Yeah, and then like that. Yeah.
That's the do.
Yeah, okay, now.
That's it?
Yeah. Name all of your favorite foods in the color you picked.
Chocolate.
Okay, chocolate.
Like maybe beans.
Beans. Okay. In my personal opinion, I actually really dislike beans. That's with me though.
Like tortillas or something.
Potatoes, definitely. Potatoes do work. Yeah. Do you have anything else? So weird.
Not really.
Yeah. I think maybe fried food. Like maybe tempura chicken. Maybe soy sauce. Maybe teriyaki sauce.
But not alone.
Not alone, but it never said not to, you're not able to add it to anything. So.
Quite the finale there. So yes, to quote Frank Herbert, there is no real ending. It's just the place where you stop the story. We'd like to thank all of you who participated and all of you listening.
A special thank you to Lee Eisenberg. Thank you so much for coming on the show and giving us an inside look at the hard work it takes to make it in Hollywood. Thank you also, Uncle Vince, Uncle Errol, aka The Godfather. Thank you to Miss Lynn, Tina, and our special guest, Zoe. It was a pleasure. And as always, At Your Level is a production of Art and Light Society. We wait like another. Oh wait! In the meantime, oh yeah, Zoe, can you say your other Trippin Errol question? Oh wait, no. I confused names. You jinxed me. Okay, Zoe, do you have a Trippin Errol question? Chloe, oh my gosh.